What's going on, guys? Welcome, Ben here. So, weekly gold and GJ breakdown. Now, what you can see on the screen right now is the indicator that I'm going to be launching in the group next week. Now, this indicator, guys, is super cool. It's based off my manual trading strategy, and you can see here it's super accurate. Now, why this is going to be so powerful is because, number one, it runs off my manual trading strategy. And number two, we teach this strategy inside the Discord. So you can use this indicator to run alongside the manual trading strategy that you're learning and wait for the extra confirmation. So if you're confused, if you're thinking, oh, is this the right entry? Is it setting up correctly? Have I got my buy and sells right? This will confirm it. So you can use this as essentially training wheels to help you understand and learn price action. Then you can remove it in future if you like. But as you can see, it keeps you within the trend, it keeps you within the parameters, it keeps you from over trading, and it also gives you highly accurate entries. So anyway, I'm going to be updating this in the Discord next week, but for now, let's jump on to the higher time frame. So monthly time frame, guys, we've still got the monthly continuation pattern confirmed. We have had some rejection appear and the candle has pushed down. However, on the monthly, we are still aiming for this 2070. But if we go down to the weekly, the daily, we started breaking structure. So it looks like we're coming back down, potentially to collect more liquidity before we go back up. But we have to take it level by level. So if we go on the weekly, guys, what can we see? So weekly candles, we've now got a reversal pattern here created. So this could be start of a potential lower time frame down trend. So what we want to see ideally to look for sales next week, we want to see a weekly candle close below these wicks here. If we get a weekly candle close below here, the next week we could potentially be looking for sales down here to fill this imbalance, of which then we could get the buying volume to take us up to that 2070. However, for now, this week, my eyes are on this level here. We've broken this level here. We've got candlestick confirmation for potential sells. So if we start breaking through here, then we could be looking at a big sell-off to close this gap. However, with that in mind, let's move down to the daily. So if you look here on the daily low is broken. So now we are bearish on the daily. And if we're bearish on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, we're going to be looking for sells next week as we've got those time frames on our side. We're going to keep in mind, though, the weekly and the monthly support levels from the candles, because those could be potential reversal zones once liquidity is captured for price to then reverse and continue. So when we start to see the 1 hour and the 4 hour break back bullish, we'll then be aiming for the daily to break bullish and then continue on the higher time frames. So what can we see here? So we've got a small range at the moment. We've got this previous daily candle here that's acting as a daily high, and we've got this as a new daily candle low. So we've got quite a small daily range going into next week. So if we go on the 4 hour, what have we got here? So the 4 hour is still bearish. We're sitting right in this 4 hour low here, look. So what we can see, now we've come down to the 4 hours, price is still consolidating. You can see here, look, we're inside this range. So price could reject this level now and head back up to the top of the range, and it could do something like this. Until we get a solid candle close of this 4 hour here, and we get a new 4 hour high, we don't want to be looking for sells until we either get this, or we get a pullback somewhere into here, and then we can aim for this low. So coming into next week, depending on how the market opens, it looks like it's potentially going to open bullish because we're inside this range, so it could push up. But again, it all depends on the candle close. It could be a little bit tricky to trade inside here with the ranging price action, so we've got to be careful. However, this here is going to be our flip zone, essentially. So what I want to see for sells, if we're going into next week, is I want to see price push up to this level here and fail to close above on the 4 hour. If that happens, I'll then be looking to take sells back down to the bottom of this range. Now you can see, look, we've got a mini continuation happening here, but we've got low volume bull candles. So what I want to see here, look, is we've got the previous hourly high here. So we've got the hourly high and low here. It's a pretty big high because of the wick there. However, the resistance is here, look, the candles are here, etc., etc. We know if price gets on top of here, it's more than likely going to test these highs here. So we could look at some lower risk buys if we do get confirmation. What I'm looking at here is to trade the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the daily price action as they're all lining up together. So if we go back on the daily, we've got the daily high here. We've got the current 4 hour high here. So this retracement here would bring us to around about 50%, which is a nice confluence to have if you're using the fib. And it lines up again with this S&R zone. And on the 1 hour, again, it lines up with the price action on there. So this is what we're looking for coming out of, so this is what we're looking for in market open. We're looking for price to come up here, reject this zone, and then we'll be looking to take sales down here with the anticipation that we're going to break here, and then we're going to make a new low on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and then we're going to be looking to trade that trending price action down to these previous weekly lows here. Because the weekly is still bullish, but now the daily is bearish, and price action is lining up that we're now heading down. So the next level that price will be aiming for is that weekly low to test if the weekly is still strong enough to stay bullish. If it's not, then it'll break, as I said at the beginning of the video, and that's when we're going to be looking for these longer term sells down here. So what we're looking for on market open, we've got the daily, we've got a close there, previous daily low. So on the open, we're looking for some sort of pullback into this range, but then for price not to close back into this range. I want to see rejection here, and then we're going to be looking for price to reject. Then we're going to be looking for reversal confirmations. We're going to be aiming for the previous 4 hour and hourly low and the daily low. We're going to anticipate that breaking and heading down towards the weekly, down towards the weekly low. And then we'll wait for the reaction here, because we might see the 4 hour and the 1 hour turn bullish here again and reverse. So if that happens, then we'll look to take buys here. If it doesn't, and the weekly closes below here next week, then I'll be looking for a retest here, somewhere around this zone, and then continuations down. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Tried to break it down in a little bit more depth this week. And if we go on GJ, so a monthly chart on GJ, what have we got? Let me clear the lines of the chart from last week. So we've still got the continuation here. And price is still trending bullish. We've got the last candle here, last candle close up. So yeah, we're still bullish on the monthly. Weekly, we are still on that downtrend. We need to close above here. If you remember last week, I was talking about the monthly was bullish, the daily was bullish, 4 hour bullish, hourly bullish, and was expecting that weekly high to then be broken. So the weekly would then line up with the rest of the timeframes. So I am still anticipating this to break. So the rest of the timeframes will line up. So you see here, look, this looks like a liquidity grab. We close like this. I can see GJ now, after the weekend, opening up a big bull candle and breaking up here. Now, if that happens, we're then going to be looking on GJ for buys next week up here. And the reason is because we're following the higher time frame. And those are the targets on the monthly. So targets on the monthly are here. Go down to the weekly. We're expecting this weekly to break. If that breaks, then the weekly is going to be bullish. And then the next time frame we're going to be aiming for, and then the next S&R zone we're going to be aiming for is the monthly high. That's the next target. So we're expecting the daily now to make a new high like this. We're expecting the daily to break up, make structure above and inside this current weekly supply zone, and then a retest and then a continuation. The first target will be here, and then once we get above here, that'll be our final zone then to aim for those monthly highs. So I hope that made sense, guys. If it didn't, I do apologize. Leave some comments and I'll try to explain it better next time. And that's it, guys. So if you want to join us next week, as I say, we use these analyses every week to mark up where price is going, and we use these to take our trades from. As I say, we're live every single day. You get the prop firm passing robot, super powerful. I've systemized this business as much as possible, guys. So and automated it as well. So there's really minimal work you have to do from your side. All you got to do is watch a few videos and follow the instructions. So, guys, BlackSwanFX.com. If you want to join us, that's it. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon.